Right.
Shit was, it was just amazing, B. Shit was amazing.
What was the consumers and the listeners reviews? What were you hearing on the streets when that single?
It was dope. Big up Red Alert. Red Alert was like one of the first people to play it. BLS, Philly gave us mad love. You know, the tri-state area, Jersey, New York, New Jersey, Philly, Connecticut, you know, the whole East Coast, you know, rap was, you know, East Coast where it was, but the East Coast was lovely, man. You know, it was like mega real, you know, first seeing our video on music, video box, you know, they had the joint where you could call in for the videos, the box, we had it on there. So it was just dope. You know, we'd be in the street, you know, so sometimes I had a car, but sometimes we'd always drive. Sometimes we'd still be in the train. Like we had to go to the record label. We lived in the Bronx. We'd take the train. You know, motherfuckers would be like, oh shit, you know, we'd be on the train.
Right.
On the regular train and catch us, see us. Or just being out, hanging out in the street, you know, we see just because we was always out, so we always get mad love. That was just that was dope, man. That shit was amazing.
When that video hit the streets, how did life change for Chucky Smash?
Nah, not really. I was a newborn pop, so I had a kid, you know. It really, just getting the love, getting dapped up. That's, you know, that was definitely a proud moment. It's priceless, dog. I can't even front. Right. You know, people be like, oh shit, you know, you just seeing people and identifying. They're like, yo, I would see people, you know, guys that was like, yo, I was locked up, and I was like, yo, that's my man. You know, people would say that, you know, because before we was known as a rap group, you know, me, myself, Dice and Q's, you know, we was out, you know, we was hangout dudes, we were street guys, so it was just it was double love. It's like, yo, you know, I see you in the music, you're my guy, and now you rap, you know, right. doing the hip hop thing. So shit was dope, man. Yeah, shit was fire.
The following year, you guys are up recording your debut album, Theme plus Echo equals Krill. Can you explain the title to that album?
Yeah, we had lost a lot of people. It was our lingo. We wanted to do something unique. The theme was the music. The echo was the voices. The krill was the combination. Crazy ill. You know, people was like, what does krill mean? Crazy ill krill. It stood for crazy ill. So it was like the theme. We always used to, you know, have like theme music. You know, heavy violins and strings, mad echo delays. You know, the blaxploitation, you know, just the whole vibe of our music was what the theme was. The echo was the voices. Remember, I told you we came from the Zulu Nation, so the origins, the jams, and all that shit. So that was the voices, and the krill was the combination. And that was the result. A lot of people say, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Right. That album celebrates a 30-year anniversary this year. What do you remember most about the creative process?
The long studio sessions, the dope studio sessions, you know, it's crazy that you could record, you know, the shit you could do in your crib, you know, stuff you could do in your crib now. Everybody got home studios or whatever, but just being able to be in the studio, getting it in, you know, the big ass speakers. Right. You get to turn that shit up. I love the loud music. That used to get me charged, but yeah, the energy that you get from being in the studio. Then during that time, you know, there was a popular studio. We did most of our album in Calliope Studio, but we used to record sometimes in D&D. And D&D Studio was primarily where Premier used to record. So we did a few songs in there. You know, that was really gangster, really preem. So, you know, any given time you go there, you know, we see Nas, we see MOP, we see KRS-One, Mike Geronimo, Showbiz and AG, Nice and Smooth. You know, you just right. it just becomes this network of just all the MCs. You know, we did photo shoots with Biggie. You know, you do, you know, at the time with the record labels, you get a lot of these, you know, promo tours or promo shows. You know, it's just always something going. It's just something always going on. Right. You're always moving around. There's always some show, some venue, or you going to the studio. Who's in the studio? We're going to the studio. Oh yeah, Buck Wild's down there. Oh yeah, I heard Finesse is in the studio. You know, you just networking. Oh, Drez got a session. Oh, Drez got a session. Okay, we got a Drez session. Oh, I gotta go up to the label. You go up to the label. And as you on the street, you see, you running into people. You go up in the record label. Oh shit. There's Diamond D. Shit was just dope.
Good times.
Yeah, B.
You guys dropped the second single, The Legion Grew. What do you remember most about that reaction when it hit the streets?
I liked it better. I love Jingle Jangle. I liked Legion Groove better because it was just that. It was a groove and it was a party joint, which I told you from the early Legion days, we was giving parties. It was always outside partying. So for us, it was like, shit, this is a party. This is it. It was well received, but it was at the time of when Mercury was separating. It was everything was disintegrating. So we kind of like got caught. We got caught in the backlash of Polygram and Mercury separating themselves from hip hop, and it didn't get the push that we would have liked to have received. So got some street props, but it didn't go very far on paper. But shit was dope though.
When that album finally dropped in '94, what do you remember most about the magazine reviews and the consumer reviews?
It was mixed. We got some good reviews. Some people was like, that was. I'm sensitive. I admit I'm a little sensitive. So right. I'll be a little salty when somebody would write, like, I don't remember. I think we might have got like 3 mics in the source. I don't know. Which ain't bad. But you get in your feelings. Is your work. But it was well received. Like I said, Philly sticks out in my mind. I feel like we got a lot of love from Philly. The Carolinas showed us mad love. Of course, New York, overseas. That's when we start to really get to see you run. You run into like people that were coming overseas. They was on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, when they say quote unquote underground, we got mad love from the underground. Mad love from the underground.
Do you feel Mercury promoted that album to the best of their abilities?
No. I mean, listen, Drez, it was a beautiful thing. They gave Drez his own label, One Love, but right after, not too shortly after that, it started to unravel. Listen, but we had the opportunity. He got out there, I ain't gonna sit here and cry. We got the shot. We did the damn thing. It did what it could. But it is music. Unfortunately, music, there is politics with the music, and you do, especially at that time, you do need a push. Right. So, no love lost. It's the shit we got to do it, P.
Right. During this time, is there any shows or tour lineups, memories that you can remember? Some of your favorites?
Yeah, we did the Rocksteady anniversary once, and it was raining, and we still performed. That shit was dope. Big up to Crazy Legs and the whole Rocksteady crew. Like I said, I'm a B-boy for life, Bronx kid, so all that stuff is heavily ingrained in me. Rocksteady, New York City Breakers, anything graffiti related. R.I.P. K. Slay, who used to write Desi Dez. But back focusing on shows, we also did Prospect Park out in Brooklyn. That was dope. I remember performing out in San Francisco. That was dope. Doing they had one of the music conference, and that was the time we got to be around some of the West Coast people. Okay, we got to be around some of our West Coast peers. That was pretty dope.
Very dope. What eventually happened to the label situation? I know you said Mercury and Polygram were starting to separate. So what eventually happens to the deal, and where does this leave the Legion?
So, the Mercury Polygram left, did away with I don't know if it was the black music department. Again, it's a little fuzzy, but again, it just went away. So we did the theme plus Echo equals Krill. That kind of like it was just out there. So it went as far as it could go. After that, it was a gap, and we didn't do anything until we did something on Fat Beats. We did a single called Street Thing and Caught Up. We had linked up with a cat from Fat Beat on the independent tip, and then we went quiet for a while. We saw I was DJing on the radio, college radio, upstate New York. My man Bill Skills, Digging in the Crates, WVKR, which was part of the reason why I wanted to come on a little early today, because Sundays is when the show is. And even though I'm not a part of it all the time, I always listen. I check in, 12 to 3 on the East Coast. But so I was co-hosting the radio show. Hughes was moving around. He was out in the street. He was moving around. Dice Man was on his talent scout shit. He was trying to find artists. He was rhyming himself, getting his solo, trying to get himself as a solo artist. Then it was a big gap. We out real life comes. I want to see coming away. We had kids. 2010 or 11, linked up with his label overseas over in Germany, Ill Adrenaline Records, through MySpace, no less. Ill Adrenaline, and big up to New Jersey Beneficence and the Artifacts. Beneficence down with the Artifacts clique. We polyed with Ill Adrenaline Records and came out with Lost Tapes, and we 2010, 11 or 12, somewhere to I think it was 2012. We put out a single, Automatic, Systematic, and Straight Flow, which you could YouTube it, and we had put out an album called The Lost Tapes. And that was I think it was right around 2012, 2011, 2012. So it was a long gap after Mercury went his way. We put out a joint with Fat Beats, one single. Then it went a little quiet, a lot of quiet for a lot of years. Then we came back out with the Lost Tapes. We hooked up with Beneficence and Ill Adrenaline Records and put out the Lost Tapes, Straight Flow, Automatic, Systematic, and a bunch of unreleased joints. Stuff we had never released. Straight Flow was actually supposed to be on the Theme Plus Echo Krill album, but we never put it out.
Right. Looking back at those comments on YouTube and getting inboxes and DMs from around the world, what are people saying about those singles and projects throughout the 2000s?
The Jingle Jangle gets the most love. Like God bless, peace to Drez and Long. We'd be forever indebted to them guys. But a lot of the YouTube, like you said, people that we run into that after this 30 years, they say the thing that makes me feel the happiest is guys would be like, yo, I remember, they'd be like, I remember I was in high school, I had a Walkman, or I had it on the disc, or it was me and my guy, and I can remember seeing this after school, seeing the video, or you guys did the video in the pool. Right. Big up to Craig Henry, because when we did the video for Jingle Jangle, that was one of the most unique videos out there. Craig Henry did our video first. He ended up doing, remember Craig Mack did Flavor in Your Ear?
Right.
Flavor in Your Ear came about because the video, I want to say because when even though he having a hard time, when we ran into Puffy and Craig, they was like, yo, who the fuck shot y'all video? And I remember dressing, yo, this cat named Craig Henry. He had came up with the treatment. So we got you talked about the love we got on the street. Motherfuckers was like, yo, y'all shot a video in an empty pool. So the comments on YouTube, that was a pool in Harlem. It was an empty pool in Harlem, which was a unique ideal. But we to this day we get comments, yo, that video was sick. Y'all had your man holding the camera, filming y'all, and then we show it. So a lot of times people would just say, yo, I remember where I was at. I remember what was going on at the time. Or, a lot of people just say, yo, this just brings me back. What I like to identify, I call it the golden era, the boom bap, which that, it's just that sound, the jingle jangle, boom, boom, poof, 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 horns and shit.
Right.
So we just still get mad love on that joint.
You guys reunited for 3 The Bronx Way on Legion Records 2019. Can you talk about the discussions to do that album and kind of the comparison between the 94 going to the studio and the future way of doing music? What was the difference that you can see the most between the way the debut album was and the way the 2019 album was?
We were seasoned by then, but we never changed our formula. I just talked about boom bap. Our sound. When we see people, they be like, yo, y'all motherfuckers, y'all don't really change. Y'all kind of look the same, and y'all sound. What kind of record we gonna do. So it was Legion Records and it was Fat Beats. Big up to DJ Clips. They put that together. But when we did 3 The Bronx Way, You're talking about years of us not really recording. So to be honest, it was almost like riding a bike. It was. Yeah, I ain't gonna say it was easy, but it was easy. It was just like Q's was the beat. Come up with the hook, the dice patch up the lyrics. We always work as a team, so it was a beautiful thing. Three the Bronx way, and the artwork was dope. Big up to Prit Kelsey, because
Right.
he's the one who put out. Once you get around to it, the Taking of the Pelham 123 album. He did the artwork for Three the Bronx way, as well as the Taking of the Pelham 123 album, as well as he put out the Dice Man Power of Now album. So we've been connected with Fat Beats and Prit since around that time, since the 2016, 17 era up to 2019 to when we put out Three the Bronx way.
So for Three the Bronx way, were you guys in the studios, or was it more let me email my vocals and here's
Nah.
the beat?
Nah. We was in the studio.
Oh.
We did that the last days of D&D studio. I mentioned, I told you Premiere used to record out of there. A lot of hip hop classics came out of D&D. So we did a lot. We did, if not all, most of that album in D&D studios.
Right. Last year, you dropped your solo debut album that you mentioned. What was the thought process? And now it's time to for me to go solo. I want the world to hear my project. Talk a little bit about the thought process and the creative process behind the solo album.
It was full circle, and it was dope. In the beginning of the interview, you said, in the beginning, it was me and Marley Q's. It was Cutmaster Marvy D and Will C. And even though we spawned collectively into a crew, me myself, ever since a youngin', I was, who didn't want to be Rakim? I was influenced. Rakim, Kumo D, the Kings, the Grandmaster Caz. We did Three the Bronx way, which is a take from a movie. Q's did his solo, Bronx Tale. I did mine, Taking the Pelham 123. Dice Man still has one to do. The thought process was, we stay on our Bronx shit, was to take these spin-offs of these movies, Bronx movies, New York movies. So Q's did the Bronx Tale with Showbiz, classic. Dice Man did the Power of Now. Like I said, he's still on deck to do a Bronx record. And for me, the Taking the Pelham 123, because it was associated with the train, and of the group, I was the graffiti writer, and it just kind of fit. The Pelham line is actually the train line that we grew up on, and so for me, that it just fit. The thought process behind it was, I'm gonna use that as my billboard to put my record out.
Right. What kind of response did that album get?
Good. Underground. Not underground, independent. So it's not like you got no full machine. You are the machine. Anybody I've come in contact with said they loved it, and I appreciated it. I only got to shoot I did 2 videos off of it. I did one for the intro called Alien, and there's another joint called Hunts Point with the Legion, of course. So it's dope. Still available on vinyl. King of the Beats Records. I cherish it because I was just happy to. For me, it was like backed up songs, ideals, and things I had wanted to do like forever, and I finally got to get it out there. Shit was dope.
What's Chucky Smash currently working on?
Right now, trying to get again releases of, because Legion, we got records still that's not out. So I'm gonna see, get the band. The band never was a part, but trying to collect up maybe like another. I won't say lost tapes, but just whatever songs that we have that are unreleased. We got a joint. There's this dope battle rapper named Goods. We got 2 songs with Goods, as well as records all amongst ourselves. I got a joint that I did with Chi. Q's has joints with Chi. So I think for us is probably collecting up all these unreleased joints and maybe coming out with like another lost tapes.
So, any 30th anniversary plans for the Legion's debut album?
We would like to hook up. Our label mates at the time, when it was Mercury, was Ill and Al Scratch. Is also their 30th. So big up to Carlos, Classic Material Worldwide. I think we're gonna try to, before the year is out, try to get a 30th anniversary sort of venue to pop off to celebrate it. It's definitely a classic.
What keeps Chucky Smash inspired to make music in 2024?
Still listening to music. When you get older, you get mature. You mature. Your your taste in music mature. But I think I would like to get more into beats. I got a pretty decent record collection, but I never really did a pursued or did a lot of beats. Dice Man is producing now, so I think that's what keeps me going. I think maybe aspiring to be a producer, even though there's a million producers, but I think the flavor that we bring to the table still has a different spin. Molecules still has millions of things that he has yet to release. You know, we like the Turtles, man. We like the old, you know, the old Knicks,
Right.
old heads. But I think beat making will be somewhere in the future. But putting out some more, I would like to do a follow up to Pelham.
Dope.
Definitely, I would definitely like to do a follow up to Pelham. I still write rhymes.
Dope. Anything that we can look forward to from Chucky Smash outside of music? Any other avenues you're looking to explore?
I cook. I'm grilling right now. I haven't been doing any videos. I go by Brown Chucky.
I've been in contact with Culture Freedom from Poor Righteous Teachers. You know, he's a cook as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
He's trying to connect the dots with all these chefs.
Yeah. Well, for me in particular, it's not even so much I cook inside, but I cook outside. I smoke, smoking chicken and turkey burgers, vegetables. So that's my outside passion, cooking.
So we can expect a restaurant, Chucky Smashes.
Listen, it would be if nothing, a food truck. I'll be that guy. You come out the club, you're stumbling out. I like to hear all these different parts of the world and the country. The food truck is a thing. I got a daughter out in LA. She's like, yeah, Dad, you should get yourself a food truck.
Yep.
Because I like the freedom. So
yeah, Culture Freedom has one out in Tennessee. So
see,
yeah,
Tennessee. That's what I'm talking about. Peace to that dude.
Yeah, for real. Before we get out of here, like I said, I want to thank you for everything you've done for the culture. Thank you for the opportunity. Is there any last words you want to leave your Day One fans and your supporters who've been rocking with you?
Yo, just thank you, man. Just thank you from us, from me, the Incredible Legion team. We appreciate it. We have not changed. We will not change. Hip hop will be here forever, like KRS-One says. And just expect more. Always shoot your shot. Always do your thing. Never give up. Any and all of the cliches, but really, the whole thing is life is too short. You see, DMX, MF Doom, just so many, Shock G, the list just goes on and on. So I encourage our peers, younger, older, if you got music or you got something that you're passionate about, just do it, and I like to manifest that and put it out there, so just do it. And kudos to you, man. God bless you for doing what you do, being a keeper of the culture.
Absolutely.
We appreciate what you do, and look out for the Legion, man.
Doubt.
Get at us on the Instagram, at the _ the Legion _ get at myself, Chucky Smash. I think I'm Chucky Smash. I don't even know, Chucky Smash BX on Instagram. I'm an awkward social media guy. I'm a little bit of a dinosaur, but you can get at me on Facebook. Yeah.
For sure.
But holler at us, man. You want to get at us, just give us a shout.
No doubt. That is Chucky Smash of the Legion. I am the journalist Sin-seer. Thank you so much for this awesome history lesson, taking us down memory lane and what you're currently going on in 2024. Keep us in tune with everything.
Yeah.
Let's come back and chop it up in the future.
Yeah. My record is available. I encourage anybody to go to all the digital platforms. The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. You can get it on the digital platforms. Or if you're a vinyl collector, you go to kingofthebeats.com. Get yourself a beautiful vinyl. It's classic material. As well as, my man Dice Man, The Power of Now. My man Molecules, Bronx Tale, 3 The Bronx Way. And if you could get your hands on it, the Theme Plus Echo equals Krill.
Yes, sir. That's long out of print. You guys got plans of printing that back up?
They did. Big up to Fat Beats, Eclipse. They did do a short run of it, but to my knowledge, I think they sold out.
As it should.
Yes. Yes.
No doubt. Thanks again. I'll see you again in the future.
My man.
No doubt.
Peace and love, dog.
Peace and love. Have a good holiday weekend.
Likewise. One.
Peace.